Welcome inside Joe Faber Field, where it's do or die time in the NSIC. The St. Cloud State Huskies and the Minnesota Crookston Golden Eagles face off in a midweek matinee doubleheader, sitting at 3rd and 4th place respectively, just a half game between each other in the NSIC standings. Ryan McNamara alongside my partner in the booth today, Noah Grant. For the Beavers, they'll be facing an offense in St. Cloud State that is potent towards the top of the NSIC in almost every category, led by Cal James and Sawyer Smith, a potential All-American duo. For UMC, you take a look at the other side, Jake Jelly there, powering up that offense, the reigning Division II National Player of the Year. He has 8 home runs this season, but Noah, the Huskies looking to make this a no-fly zone at Joe Faber Field. A beautiful Wednesday afternoon. First pitch is at 1:30 and 3:30 on the NSIC Network. We'll see you then. Lefty on righty, Pete, he has yet to have a hit in the series. First pitch swinging, taken out to right center. It'll drop. The Rocks are going to the championship. They walk it off here in St. Cloud. Can you believe it? Off the bat of Ben Voyevich. This time the 3-2. Cut on, strike 3, Mason Olson. Ends game 1 in a Rocks victory. 11 strikeouts to 11 walks over his last 3 outings. A ball sent up the middle, Anthony Mata. A somersault to end the inning. It's in the glove. We'll head to the bottom half. First pitch just moments away here in St. Cloud. The top 2 teams in the Great Plains West Division in 2023 face off and just happen to be the biggest rivals on the Great Plains side. Wilmer batting first here in St. Cloud. They'll see Andrew Soika, who has something out for the Rocks, batting leadoff. He already has a leadoff home run against St. Cloud earlier this year. Dallas Duarte, Kevin Fitz are behind him. The meat of the order, Dre Dirksen, Aiden Byrne, and Stone Meow. Sean Rimmer, Jake Jelly, and Luke Williams make up the back third for the Stingers. Out there defensively today for the Rocks, Ben Voyevich down the left field line. Hayden Hunt in center field. Oscar Serratos out in right. The infield corners, Michael McNamara, Jackson Hauge up the middle. In the infield, Anthony Mata and Sawyer Smith. Behind the dish, Blake Young. Connor Wheatgriff on the mound, making his second start against the Stingers this season. His 3rd total appearance. He's had success against any team he's faced. 31 strikeouts to just 6 walks this season, over 18 2/3. The first pitch of the 2023 Northwoods League playoffs falls in for strike 1 from the lefty. Soika batting well against the Rocks this season. He'll take outside. Blake Young sees the delivery, skipped out of the glove. Count even as Soika carrying a hot bat coming into the day. 11 hits, 13 RBI over his last 8 games. The 1-1 ridden in for strike 2. Wheatgriff working with the breaking ball early. Something you have to play on against a powerful bat in Soika. The 1-2. Wheatgriff gets the wave and miss early. Puts down the best bat in the order to start the day. Huge strikeout, 32. Now overall this season for Wheatgriff. High delivery, got Soika to bite. Now on to Dallas Duarte. Behind the dish today for the Stingers. Sitting second in the order, lefty on righty. His back foot slider, called ball 1. Just misses inside. Duarte this season, 6 for 18 against the Rocks as a fastball rides in. Ahead on the count, 2-0. These 2 teams, 12 appearances against each other in the 2023 season. Wilmer had the 7-5 advantage. Here at home, the Rocks hosting game 1 of the series. Next 2 will be played in Wilmer as the 2-1 just misses off the arm of Wheatgriff. Rocks look for an efficient start The 3-1 cut on high in the air, shallow outfield grass, playable for Hayden Hunt. He'll race over to his right, has to chase it down. The second out of the inning comes. Pop up out to left center. The wind tailing down the left field line could be dangerous as it swirls here in St. Cloud. Will absolutely keep balls in. Terry Konzik behind the dish today. 6 umpire crew here in St. Cloud. Down the line, Parker Powell and Jacob Dunn, Justin Duplessis and Gary Glover down the right field line. Now at the dish, Kevin Fitzer, arguable Northwoods League MVP this season. 20 doubles, 15 home runs. Leads the team in RBI and runs scored. Leader of a juggernaut offense as the low delivery. Well framed by Young, not enough. Stingers rank second in batting average, slugging, and on-base percentage. A ball hit high in the air, shallow infield. Jackson Hauge coming in to cover, he'll find it. Stingers go down in order. Connor Weekriff, efficient early, will send it to the bottom half here on the Northwoods League Baseball Network. Welcome back to St. Cloud. We continue to work tied 3-3 into the bottom half of the inning. Jose Gonzalez to lead things off. Jake Porter back on the bump. Petey's hit the ball well today. Went down on strikes in the second, but walked in the first. A double his last time up. Yeah, a double for Gonzalez. Then you get to Smith and Hauge, who we know can put a charge into it as well. Porter's been good, though. You have a really fun matchup at this point. Porter, you know, has been a really good relief appearance here in comparison with Regner, who started this game, and boy, it's a good matchup. Unstoppable force and an immovable object, so to speak, as the fastball runs in on the two-hole hitter, Jose Gonzalez. 1-0, taken beneath the zone this time. As you mentioned, keep an eye on a potential cap for Porter. 50 pitches, that was 44. An arm does warm down the line. A righty in the bullpen for Lacrosse. Well, Porter's been around the zone, so now that he's down 2-0, if I was Gonzalez, I'd be expecting a strike here. The 2-0, fed in atop the zone. He'll chop it out to left. It'll drop. A leadoff single for Gonzalez as he rounds first. Yeah, it's kind of the difference in Regner, right? I mean, Regner was a little bit more erratic, a little more all over. If you get to a 2-0 count, you might not be sitting fastball. You might think, hey, I can get this count to 3-0. Porter's been so good and so efficient. You get down 2-0, you're expecting to get a ball to hit, and that's exactly what Gonzalez just sat on it. That's why he was able to pull it, obviously, down the line. Grown man strength, the ball high and in. Feeds that out to left as now Sawyer Smith, 1 for 3 today. He was put down on strikes his last time up. Shows bunt, and we'll see things reset. Brandon Otten's coming out to hand the game ball to Porter. Well, Brian Lewis has that old school in him, right? You know, now it's a playoff game. It's tied. It's a seventh inning. You know, you might not see some newer coaches bunt at all, but not until maybe the 9th, maybe the 8th, and the 7th. He wants to get the guy over here. So you're playing the 7th inning almost like an 8th inning, almost like a 9th inning. Of course, great arms in the bullpen for St. Cloud, so they know, hey, we could go to one of those guys if we get one run here and kind of use this as sort of the springboard for the end of this game. You need that boost. Everything counts, especially late. Now Porter ahead in the count, 0-1. We continue with Gonzalez on first. Smith ready for the bunt attempt. He'll chop one down the third base line. Tails just foul. Now he'll be swinging away. That's kind of the difference between a bunt to get a guy over versus a bunt you're trying to get a base hit on, right? He's trying to get that one, kind of sneak it past Piotrowski there, get a little bit creative with it. We'll see if he goes back now. Obviously 2 strikes, so it's going to be hard for him to bunt in this situation. But you wouldn't put it past Brian Lewis, right? Again, that old school. He wants to get that guy to second any way he can. I'm sure we'll see Smith surviving in game 1 of the series here at home. His first 2 at-bats were extended, a 12-pitch at-bat and a 10-pitch at-bat. Seeing 22 pitches, he's down 0-2 here. Porter sees the delivery, chopped away, foul. You called it here. We could maybe see an 0-2 count for a while here. Spoil pitches till you see something you like, put it out there. And again, Lacrosse not really playing a huge shift on him here. You see Sweat a little bit over towards second, but not a ton at the shortstop spot. Smith not necessarily patient, but careful with what he swings at. 0-2, chopped foul once again, just working the bat to the ball.
Yeah, of all the teams in the Northwoods League, the Lacrosse Loggers shift more than anybody else. And again, now you even see Sweat after that ball that fouled off. It looked like he was going to pull it. Now he's moved about 3 or 4 steps over towards second base at shortstop.
Just 5 feet to the left of second as the 0-2. Once again, this time Smith chopped to the right side. There to handle it net. The throw to first in time. But Smith ends up doing his job. He works the runner over.
Yeah, get the runner over any way you can and get the out any way you can there for Isaac Net. He had to go down again, no real chance to turn 2, but now you start thinking about outs as well. You think, okay, let's not worry about that. Let's get an out. It's a sure thing. I mean, almost the mental mindset changes a little bit in this now a really close, nervous situation here in the 7th inning.
Went the direct way over to first. Now Jackson Hauge, this is the guy you want at the plate in these situations if you're the Rocks. Leader in extra base hits, leader in RBI. He needs to come alive here, just 2 hits in the playoffs. He's 2 for 10 in 3 games. Had a sac fly to start his day, has been put down on a ground out and a fly out in his last 2.
Gutsy pitch there from Porter, too. Said, I'm going to throw you a fastball right down middle, and he took it for a strike there.
0-1, Hauge will take below the zone. A guy who doesn't go down on strikes often. Incredibly patient at the plate, near 40 walks on the season. He sat just at the 30 strikeout mark, over 200 at-bats. First baseman works away against Porter, the reliever. 1-1 breaking ball sent down the line. That'll work its way. Threw out to left. Gonzalez sent home. Jackson Hauge gives the Rocks the lead in the bottom of the 7th.
Just a nice piece of hitting there from Hauge, turning on it, sneaking it past Piotrowski and the left field line as well. And sure enough, an easy way for Gonzalez to come home and score. And Hauge doing everything. I was just going to say before that pitch that, sometimes guys get in this situation, they want to be the hero, they want to hit home runs, they want to do all that sort of thing. All he did is say, I'm going to take whatever I get a base hit, keep the train rolling, and sure enough, 4-3 Rocks.
Smart hitter, he'll send it down the line, fired up after the RBI. That's the guy you want to come alive in the big moments. Now Anthony Mata came alive in game 1 against Wilmer, works with a runner on, 1 out, and now a player sprinting down to the bullpen for the Loggers. Ball sent to the left side. It works past Piotrowski once again. Hauge rounding second. He'll stick there. Back-to-back singles down the left side.
That's a matter, too, of Piotrowski letting the ball play him a little bit there rather than playing the ball. It's a tough play for a third baseman, don't get me wrong. But that's the aggression, right? Do you attack the ball? Do you sit back on it? And now part of that, you sit back because you're nervous. Right now it's a 1-run game. You think we can't make more out of this. So he's trying to stop it any way he can, sit back, and now the nerves are going to start to set in a little bit here for Lacrosse.
And now big bats for the Rocks come up. Not in terms of contact, but all the power in the next 3 hitters. Serratos will take a fastball delivery on the lower corner. Came alive very early in his Rocks career. He was 11 for 23, has since slowed down in the playoffs. He's 2 for 10. 1-0 up and in, has to pull the hands back.
Is there a better teacher than Northwoods League playoff baseball? I got to imagine all these college coaches are sitting at home right now as we're going to get a meeting on the mound. But all these college coaches and all these players are sitting back going, man, my guy's going to come back here and look at the experience. Not only playing a summer ball and all that, right, all this long season, but now they're going to know what their bodies do in this situation, right, how they react, how their adrenaline moves. There is no better teacher than playoff baseball. It doesn't matter what level you're at. And this is, you're finding out about guys right now for both of these teams in a one-off, hey, winner takes all basically onto the championship of the Northwoods League in this situation.
Well, the meeting on the mound concludes. Porter with his battery mate and the infield talk things over as a jam has been created. 3 singles in the inning. Jose Gonzalez sent home off the bat of Jackson Hauge. And now Oscar Serratos works ahead in a count, 2-0. Runners on first and second. Peek back to second. Porter, the delivery, worked outside. Dorsey attempted a frame, but the fastball, ball off the plate.
Well, and now, you know, this is going to be, you would think, red light special, right? You're wanting base runners now. Put the pressure on Porter to throw a strike in this situation.
3-0, got to be careful against Serranos, but he'll work the fastball in. Keeps the wood on the shoulder. Not tempted by the in-zone delivery. Porter working back. The 3-1. Serranos this time sends the ball high in the air out to right field. Playable for Fields. He'll chase in on it, find it in the glove. Runners stay where they are. A big second out for Porter and company.
I don't think Fields knew where that ball was above the lights until it came down a little bit. Had to make an adjustment, but a good athletic adjustment out there in right to get to the ball. And now, again, Porter's an out away from getting out of this. And imagine, I mean, just a moment ago you're feeling like, okay, St. Cloud could take a 2, 3, 4-run lead. Now all of a sudden you feel more confident. I can get out of this with just a 1-run deficit. And that's, I'm sure, what he's thinking. But we're going to see another meeting here as well, maybe a pitching change.
Josh Fry, well, you mentioned it as he points to the bullpen. Earlier today, he knows exactly what this situation is like and will allow Aiden Moffitt to warm up as Jake Porter's day is over. 2 runners on, 2 outs in the inning. A quick break on the Northwoods League Baseball Network. Welcome back to St. Cloud. Aiden Moffitt on the bump. The LSU arm has just a single appearance against the Rocks. He worked just a third of an inning. He earned the win in that lone appearance as he works away against Rocks hitters. Nick Studdard has seen playoff time before. His 3rd season with the Rocks coaching staff. And for St. Cloud, he works away. He does his studies against opposing pitchers. Works away with his hitters as Noah Grice works up with 2 on. Strategizing during the break as Moffitt warms. A heavy fastball delivery. He can work up to 96. Grice, first pitch delivery, heavily hit down the left field line.
Well, Grice is on top of it, that's for sure, pulling that one. He's ahead of that fastball like we see. You mentioned it, yeah, the 22 strikeouts. I mean, just 6 hits allowed, 57 batters faced.
That's
on the
incredible.
Season. Yeah, it's pretty good numbers for Moffitt, and there's a reason why he's playing at high-level D1 baseball.
Averages above 95 with the fastball. The 0-1. Grice will take it below the zone. On occasion, he'll deliver with the slider. Sits around 80, 81. But when you have a fastball that tops out at 96, 97, you're going to throw that 90% of the time, which Moffitt does. 1-1. Grice a check swing upstairs. Brandon Otten's behind the dish. Going to call that strike 2.
I'm sure when Josh Fry gave him the ball, he said, I need 3 strikes and I need 3 fastballs. He's not going to be doing too much else. He's just going to try to use his tools and his talent to try to get this final out of the inning.
1-2, taken away. The slider, rarely used, will even up the count.
What do I know? They said all of a sudden, yeah, there it was, the slider, the breaking ball. Tried to get him a little off. I mean, he had some pitches to work with. Right now a 2-2 count. But, I mean, the fastball is his best pitch. That's the one you'd likely see him throw even in this count, and certainly in 3-2.
Rocks took a lead early in the inning. The 2-2 to Grice. He'll take upstairs. The count runs full. A capable bat. Grice certainly got off to a hot start early in his Rocks career. 10 for 27 to close out the regular season in 7 games. He's just 2 for 8 in the playoffs, a couple singles. The payoff pitch. Runners go. Grice chops the ball behind him. Just got a piece of it.
Yeah, base hit here. I mean, you look at behind Anthony Mata, who's got great speed at first. I mean, base hit, and if it's not hit right at an outfielder, he might send Mata, try to get 2 home here. So it's a big spot, big time to get it out as the runners get that head start.
Mata's got the speed to do it. As dusting off home plate, Brandon Otten's home plate umpire today, part of the 6-man crew. As you know, for the Northwoods League playoffs, doubled instead of the usual 3-man for the regular season. Moffitt, the payoff pitch home. Grice will take upstairs. He'll work a walk. The bases load. And it's Michael McNamara working up with 2 outs on the board. The fastball delivery near the logo. Moffitt just working upstairs, Pete.
Yeah, we talk about, the adrenaline and whatnot, and I think a lot of times that's what ends up happening. You leave that fastball a little bit high. You don't quite finish your rotation, your motion all the way through. And now for him, I mean, even if he takes a little something off, he's still throwing really hard. I'd imagine that's what he's going to try to do here, try to locate a little bit better in this at-bat.
Rocks have already stranded the bases loaded once today as the fastball works its way in on the outer half to McNamara. A guy who can hit a ball far, 3 home runs over 23 games this season. Had 8 doubles to his credit as well. He has a double earlier today. 0-1, McNamara sends it out to left center. That'll drop in outfield grass. It gets behind Ziegler Namoa. The Rocks score 3 as coming home. Gonzalez, the throw won't get there. Incredible. Michael McNamara coming up in the biggest moment. 7-3 in favor of the Rocks.
Boy, and you could even feel as that ball gets all the way out to the wall. Ziegler Namoa again coming in, not out. That throw back to the infield almost felt like a desperation one. It almost felt like he was trying to throw it all the way home because he knows just how big of a hit that was for McNamara to get 3 runs in, and now all of a sudden a 4-run lead feels huge in this situation here in the 7th.
Pete, Moffitt hasn't been hit all season. Now in the biggest game of the year for either side, McNamara comes up big. Now DeMaio at the dish and a first pitch slider from the right arm of Moffitt.
Yeah, I mean, a walk and now a double. And like you said, I mean, sometimes power on power. When you're sitting fastball, I mean, these hitters are that good, right? They can turn on 96, on 97 if they know it's coming, and that's exactly what McNamara did.
The 0-1 to DeMaio, slider fed just inside. He was ranked a top 50 shortstop by D1 Baseball coming into the 2023 spring. He sure looked like it with the bat there.
He certainly did. I mean, just a big hit in a big spot, and that's why you rely on these guys in these situations.
1-1, DeMaio chopped to the right side, racing over net. He'll field it, the throw to first in time. The inning ends there, but a full run, bottom of the 7th. The Rocks take the lead, a full run advantage into the 8th inning on the Northwoods League Baseball Network. Tommy, your 5th win of the season, and you've come up big in late innings so often this year. What do you like about the big moments?
You know, this team doesn't ever give up.
And the Rocks now 4-1 on the season. They get the home opener victory. Friday night fireworks. What was your introduction like to the Rock Pile?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the coolest summer ball place I've ever played. I mean,
Jackson, you had 4 RBI on the day. You got on base 4 times, but I know you're a team guy, so let's talk about the team stats. 15 runs, 25 runners on base today. How'd that feel, and just seeing those numbers out there?
Oh, it felt really good. I think we've been kind of scuffling.
And Ben, the Rocks won a close one late. You guys were looking to take the lead late. What was the mindset in that 6th inning trying to score those go-ahead runs?
Go up there, one pitch at a time, see the